And the next 20 years after the 9/11 attack, mired in a war in Afghanistan. For some who went, the images of the Twin Towers falling is what inspired their service.
And for the families of the fallen, the images of the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan have been hard to watch. WGN's Ben Bradley has their perspective.
Please know that his colleagues and closest friends will keep his memory alive as we continue to fight, the fight that he was so passionate about. He will never be forgotten.
It's been said Darren Labonte lived 3 lifetimes in his 35 years.
He had a master's degree in criminology. I mean, he was a pretty educated guy.
An Army Ranger, a suburban cop, and eventually a CIA operative in Afghanistan.
It's hard to say what exactly it is. It's just something about the eyes that warm my heart.
One of the 137 stars on the CIA's memorial wall is for Darren Labonte. We first shared his heroic and once secret story back in 2020.
He came to the Marshal Service. He had told me, hey, I went to the Marshal Service because after 9/11, I wanted to do something.
When that phone call came, I mean, I just dropped to my knees. I couldn't breathe.
Labonte and 6 other CIA operatives and contractors were killed.
Is he supposed to limp like that?
When they were double-crossed in an attack dramatized in the movie Zero Dark 30. Double-crossed by a doctor the CIA mistakenly trusted to bring them high-level intel on key Al-Qaeda leaders.
Oh my God, this is so terrible.
It was September 11th that brought Darren Labonte back to the battlefield.
Darren wanted to re-enlist right away to go serve our country, to protect American freedoms, families, national interests.
Widow Rachel feels the U.S. has now abandoned Afghanistan.
Have you grabbed 3 peppermints and 2 brushes?
The ideals we promised to provide to its people, and abandon the Americans who didn't make it home.
And now all of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, the lives that were lost, the people who fought to keep those interests in place, it's like they just never existed.
More than 50% of troops on the ground in Iraq at one time were National Guard.
In the northwest suburbs, Jim Frazier also carries the distinction and burden of being a Gold Star family member who lost a loved one in Afghanistan. He still remembers the day his boy left.
And I said, and be safe out there. And he looked at me and he said, remember, this is coming from a 23-year-old. He says, it's okay, Dad. We're going to go hunt down the guys that killed American citizens on our shores.
His son Jake was an Illinois Air National Guardsman who was on the front lines with a Green Beret strike force early in the war, calling in airstrikes on high-value targets. How does he feel seeing the U.S. leave on the eve of the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks?
And I'm glad our young men and women are out of harm's way. Honestly, what went through my head was this should have been 10 years ago.
2 families with 2 perspectives on the end to the Afghanistan mission, one that ultimately claimed almost as many U.S. lives in the original attack that inspired their loved ones to fight back for America. Ben Bradley, WGN News.
Our coverage of the 20th anniversary of September 11th continues. WGN's Patrick Elwood spoke with a retired NYPD officer about that day, and he joins us live next.
And then later,